Hello, class. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Franck Kessie, as the Barcelona midfielder is reportedly very disappointed with the club ahead of his 15 million euro departure to Al-Ahli. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Bernardo Silva, as FC Barcelona are set to end their pursuit of the 80 million rated Manchester City superstar. We are also going to be discussing more on that development. So as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. With Barcelona in desperate situation financially, they needed to make some tough calls and sanction departures this summer, and Franck Kessie was one of the victims of the situation as he was put out on the chopping block even though he joined the club only last year. The 26-year-old is now on the verge of completing his transfer from Barcelona to Saudi Arabian side Al-Ahli in a deal worth 15 million euros, where he will sign a lucrative contract for 3 seasons. Of course, let's talk about Franck Kessie being hurt and disappointed by Barca. While he is securing a move with a big financial package, Kessie leaves Barcelona with a bitter feeling, according to Sergi Capdevila of Sport. The 26-year-old had snubbed interest from several clubs to sign for Barca last year on a free transfer, and now feels that the club brought him in only so that they can sell him for a profit. The Ivory Coast international had always dreamt of playing for Barcelona and had no intentions of leaving this summer. But it became increasingly clear that he would not be playing much under Xavi if he had stayed. The report adds that Kessie has barely interacted with Xavi in recent weeks. As such, Kessie accepted the move to Al-Ahli even though he felt that he deserved a chance at the club after impressing in the second half of the last season and scoring some vital goals for the team, especially the one against Real Madrid in the Clasico. In his debut season at Barcelona, Franck Kessie featured 43 times across all competitions for the club, scoring and assisting 3 goals apiece. A move to Al-Ahli is all but done, and an official announcement is expected to be made soon. Of course, Franck Kessie, it doesn't come as a surprise that he feels really hurt by the way he left Barcelona. This is a guy who have always shown his love and admiration for this club, and I feel so somehow bad for him. To be honest, I feel somehow bad because I don't think Franck Kessie did something really wrong to merit a departure. And definitely, Laporta have always been saying that some players will be leaving not just because they had bad performances on the pitch, but for economic reasons. We all understand that this club have a lot of issues in their financial health, right? It is not new. It is well documented that Barca have a lot of things to adjust on their financial structures. We can't even sign players. We are talking about Silva, talking about Cancelo. All these players are just players that the rumor mill will keep bringing to us on our faces as if we can sign them. But at the end, we all know what will happen. At the end, you just hear Barca will not be able to sign them because of financial reasons. And it's quite hurting. Being a Barca fan these days, you need to be strong. You need to be courageous. I definitely think that we need to be strong, right? Because it's not easy to be a Barca fan these days because it all leads to one disappointment to the other. Franck Kessie, not like he had a bad season last time out. I definitely think that all this is just for economic motives. Barca are hunting for money like a dog hunting for a bone, and that is why they can do anything. Just the fact that yes, Franck Kessie was mostly coming from the bench, having some very decent, good performances. But and also they have added some midfielders like Oriol Romeo, added Ilkay Gundogan. Definitely, they're just like, all right, maybe Franck Kessie will not be playing that much next season. after those new midfielders have come in. And of course, selling him for a profit is a wise business idea, isn't it? And I think that's where they had to agree for that. But the player, he will be disappointed, and he has every right. He has every right to be hurt and feeling betrayed by Barca. This guy left AC Milan, being one of the core pillars of their winning team, that the team that won the Scudetto 2 seasons back, and he feels like his importance was undermined in Barcelona. And of course, it's just what it is. Barcelona is suffering financially, and they had nothing that they could do. Economically, they had to do it, honestly. But I'm still baffled. I'm still shocked that players like Ferran Torres are still there, Eric Garcia, they are still there. The Spaniards are still there, settled, and they are doing very well without any pressure from the media. Well, not yet anything again. It seems as though those Spaniards guys are all there, they are fine. And Xavi has no pressure for them leaving. And we know that this club is looking for money. Those are the players that they were deserving to live in this club, not Franck Kessie. What is Eric Garcia doing at Barca without any links now? As I'm speaking, Eric Garcia is settled at Barca without any links, and Barca can sell him for even 15 million. They will still buy. But Barca don't want to sell. Ferran Torres there, who did nothing last season, he's still there. But they'll go and sell Franck Kessie, who has nothing to do with Spain, who is from Cote d'Ivoire. And honestly, I think there's something not right. Why would they choose but Franck Kessie to sell? And the other Spaniards who were doing so poorly, disappointed. Fans were very disappointed by Eric Garcia, disappointed by Franck Kessie's performance. And we know that we need money, we need player sales, but Barca will keep some of those players, and the season is soon starting. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Xavi dreams of Bernardo Silva a lot. The Man City star is rightly considered one of the best in the business and would fit in like a hand in a glove in the Spanish tactician's plans. Barca have been in contact with City over a possible move for Bernardo for a while now. However, neither do the Premier League side wish to sell their star man, nor does Barca have the required financial leverage to do business. According to Sport, Barca are very close to withdrawing from Bernardo Silva deal. The Portuguese and Joan Laporta's administration did everything possible to make that happen, but Pep's side would not budge on their stance. Xavi has been informed of the club's inability to sign his dream player. With time running out fast, Barca have urgent decisions to take, and the clarity over Silva's situation will help in the same. According to reports last week, Barca made a formal offer to sign the player on a loan, with a clause to purchase him for 50 million next year. That proposal did not go down well in the Etihad Stadium. Of course, Silva, whose current market value stands at 80 million, is a key player for Man City, and they are against the very idea of his leaving the Etihad this summer. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.